Another week, another digital marketing news recap. I'm Dani with Ignite Visibility, and let's start off with some Google news. If you have an Android phone, listen up. Starting September 4th, 2026, Google will begin removing access to Google Assistant on Android mobile devices and replacing it with Gemini. Google says the process may take several weeks to reach every user. Once the change reaches a device, users will no longer be able to switch back to Google Assistant on their phones, tablets, or paired devices. The change also affects Wear OS watches, headphones and earbuds that support Gemini, and vehicles using Android Auto through a connected phone. Cars that have Google built directly into the vehicle will continue supporting Google Assistant after September 4th, at least for now. As Gemini replaces Assistant, this may cause a surge of more people using conversational AI to search for brands, products, services, and local businesses. In more Google news, Google is rolling out a new setting that will enable businesses to remove their content from AI overviews, AI mode, and discovers AI features. But what does that mean for the businesses? Businesses that aren't in love with AI or simply want to keep their content from being used in these AI features can now regain control of their sites. If you're getting a lot of traffic from being included in those AI overviews or in AI mode, you might want to think twice before opting out though. Google is also testing clickable links inside search ad descriptions. In this test, selected words or phrases within an ad description appear as clickable hyperlinks. This would give users another way to interact with a paid ad beyond clicking the main headline or a traditional site link. It could also make description copy much more important. A phrase that currently acts as supporting copy could become the specific link that earns the click. The test was spotted in the search results and has not been fully announced as a full rollout. If Google expands this format though, advertisers may need to rethink how they write descriptions and consider which phrases could become more clickable. It might still be summertime, but brands and businesses across the globe are already gearing up for the holiday season, and Pinterest just released some tips to help marketers prepare for this big year-end shopping rush. According to Pinterest, shopping is the #1 reason that people visit the platform. Users are not just casually scrolling, they're actively planning gift lists, festive menus, parties, decorations, and seasonal traditions. That activity begins picking up as early as September, which means the window to prepare is already open. To capture that high-intent audience, Pinterest suggests that brands should do the following. 1. Ensure their product catalog and feed are uploaded and ready to go. 2. Use AI-powered Performance Plus campaign options to simplify campaign creation and scale what's working. 3. Test marketing and campaign options now so that your best content is ready to go before the Q4 rush. 4. Launch your end-of-year campaigns early. And 5. Extend those campaigns through the post-holiday season to capture searchers with holiday gift money. Speaking of Pinterest, the site is growing and they're saying that AI is to thank. In a recently released report, Pinterest claimed the following growth numbers: an 11% increase in global monthly users, a 7% increase in global average revenue per user, and an 18% increase in global revenue overall. Pinterest CEO Bill Ready said, "AI is at the heart of our momentum and is a clear accelerant for our business. It's trained on our unique human curation of style and taste, making Pinterest more personalized and actionable for users while improving performance for advertisers and creating more opportunities to monetize over the long term." Reaching new audiences, especially during Q4, is always a struggle. Could these new AI capabilities from Pinterest make it easier this year? Pinterest is not the only growing platform marketers should be watching. Reddit also posted an 18% increase in daily active users to a whopping 130.3 million unique users. It's also interesting to note that the weekly active unique users are also up 24% to a total of 514.6 million users. Weekly active users being up so much over daily users suggests that Reddit users are more transient and less likely to log in every day. This reflects the way Reddit is increasingly being used to provide answers and insights as opposed to facilitating social or community connection like other apps. Regardless, if you're looking to reach high-intent searchers, Reddit could be the goldmine for your advertisements. While you won't benefit from that daily scroll, you will be able to position your Reddit ads to land right in front of the people who are actually looking for the answers you're providing. In more platform growth news, Snapchat added another 10 million daily global active users during the second quarter of this year. Snapchat's place in the social media marketing world has been growing, and it could continue to do so thanks to the introduction of its new AR-enabled glasses. Snap CEO Evan Spiegel also said that the number of people posting to Snapchat's TikTok Lite Spotlight option grew more than 115% year over year, while Spotlight daily active viewers grew more than 20%. The growth is modest and could still stall out, but for now, it could be worth considering adding Snap to your social media playbook. A few weeks ago, it was shared that a lot of content on LinkedIn is AI generated, and this week, they introduced a new tool to combat this AI slop. If a user thinks that a post on LinkedIn is AI generated, they can report it to the site by clicking on the new Seems Like AI Slot button. This new tool is part of a much broader shift across long-form content platforms to fight against inauthentic, computer-generated content. LinkedIn said that the goal of this button is to block the hundreds of thousands of low-quality AI-generated posts and comments on its platform. LinkedIn isn't the only one who's had enough of AI-generated content, though. Newsletter and blog platform Substack also recently added an AI identifying tool. If LinkedIn is a big part of your business's social media marketing strategy, cue up the human writers and editors so that your page doesn't start getting dinged for posting AI slop. Google Analytics continues to improve. This week, Google updated the Data Manager API with new audience management tools, more flexible data ingestion, and expanded support for user-provided address data. Updates include the following. Remove all audience members. This allows developers to clear an entire audience list in a single click. Optional timestamp parameter allows advertisers to remove only members added before a specified date. Field level ingestion warnings. With this one, the API now processes valid records while returning detailed warnings to identify problematic fields and explain why they failed. Expanded address information. Developers can now include street addresses, city and state or province alongside existing fields to satisfy identifier requirements. And recently released AI agent skills. This one helps developers build Data Manager API integrations more efficiently within AI-assisted coding environments. Overall, these updates will make it easier to manage first-party data without interrupting workflows. And this matters as advertisers rely more heavily on first-party data for audience targeting, measurement, and campaign optimization. Google Ads is also accepting applications for a new secure API access pilot. And if you're interested in being a part of that pilot, then now's the time to apply. The program is designed to do two main things. First, improve security by lowering the risk of account takeovers by malicious applications and restricting access so that only verified tools can perform sensitive operations, even if your credentials are compromised. And second, it boosts visibility by providing advertisers with a clear view of exactly which applications have access to their advertising data and are performing sensitive actions on their accounts. This new feature is currently in beta testing, and Google is asking developers who want to be a part of the pilot to apply. That's it for this week's digital marketing news. Stay tuned for next week.